In today's video, we will discuss 5 terrifying Stoic theories you need to know. These Stoic principles might unsettle your usual understanding of happiness, success, and how you engage with the unpredictability of existence. These theories aren't just challenging, they're downright terrifying to some, yet hold an intriguing, albeit unsettling, wisdom that's worth exploring. Theory 1. Embracing fate. Imagine being on this roller coaster called life, and Stoicism steps in with this notion of embracing fate. The whole package deal, the highs, lows, and the unpredictable loops. It's like saying, okay, universe, I'm open to whatever you throw at me. At first it feels like giving up control, and that's nerve-wracking because who doesn't want to steer their own ship? But then, as you start wrapping your head around it, it's oddly freeing. It's like loosening your grip on the steering wheel just a tad and realizing that, despite our best efforts, life can still surprise us. Instead of fighting against the currents, it's about flowing with them. It's not a passive surrender, but a conscious decision to adapt and find strength in whatever comes your way. Think about it. It's accepting that sometimes things won't go as planned. Jobs might be lost, relationships might end, health might waver. And in those moments, rather than resisting or falling into despair, it's about acknowledging, this is happening, and I'll figure out how to navigate through it. It's about finding resilience in the face of adversity, and the beauty of it. It opens doors to new perspectives. Embracing fate challenges us to grow, to learn from experiences, the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's like an invitation to dance with life, even when the music isn't what we expected. It's this weird mix of surrendering control while still actively participating in the journey. Quite the paradox, right? But there's a certain peace in it, this acceptance that we're part of something much larger than ourselves. Theory 2. Memento mori. Memento mori. These 2 words carry an immense weight. They're a reminder, a whisper in our ears that echoes throughout history. It's Latin for, remember that you will die, a phrase that can send shivers down the spine, and yet strangely stir something within us. At first glance, it seems like a grim and morbid concept. I mean, who wants to dwell on the idea of their own mortality? It's the ultimate certainty, the great equalizer that awaits every living being. And that's what makes it so hauntingly beautiful. But here's the twist. In the midst of life's chaos, it's a call to pause, to reflect on the fleeting nature of our existence. It's not about dwelling in fear or despair. Instead, it's about embracing life more fully. It's like standing on the edge of the vastness of time and acknowledging that our moments are finite, precious, and irreplaceable. Memento mori challenges us to rethink our priorities. It's not about obsessing over death. It's about valuing life. Knowing that our days are numbered pushes us to live authentically, to pursue our passions, to mend relationships, to savor every sunrise and every laugh shared with loved ones. It's an invitation to make each moment count, not in a frantic rush, but with a profound sense of purpose and gratitude. In a way, it's a reminder of humility, grounding us in the reality of our existence. It whispers, hey, this journey won't last forever. What are you going to do with the time you have? It's a catalyst for introspection, urging us to live a life that leaves a meaningful legacy, one that extends beyond our own mortality. Strange how the contemplation of death can be a catalyst for embracing the fullness of life, isn't it? Theory 3. Indifference to external events. Indifference to external events. Now that's a concept that initially might seem totally counterintuitive. I mean, we're wired to care about outcomes, right? Our successes, our failures, they all feel like a big deal. But Stoicism shakes things up by suggesting that our peace of mind shouldn't be dependent on what happens around us. It's like this invitation to detach ourselves from the outcomes, to find a quiet space within us that isn't shaken by the storms of external events. Picture this. You've put your heart and soul into a project, and it doesn't turn out as expected. Normally, that might send us spiraling into frustration or disappointment. But the Stoics nudge us to take a step back and say, "Hey, I did my best with what I could control. The outcome is beyond my hands." It's not about apathy or not caring at all. Instead, it's about recognizing the limits of our control and channeling our energy into what we can influence, our efforts, our attitude, our responses. It's like a mental shield against getting too high with the highs or too low with the lows. Indifference to external events isn't about being robotic. It's about being resilient. It's this internal sanctuary where our peace and contentment aren't tethered to the unpredictable whims of the world outside. It's liberating in a way because it lets us focus on what truly matters, our character, our values, our growth, rather than being at the mercy of every twist and turn life throws at us. Theory 4. Acceptance of pain. Acceptance of pain. Now that's a tough one, isn't it? I mean, who in their right mind wants to embrace pain? The Stoics, however, had this rather peculiar stance on it. They didn't advocate seeking out pain, but rather, when it inevitably knocks on our door, they suggested facing it with composure and grace. It's like this mental workout, where instead of dodging discomfort, we learn to sit with it, understand it, and not let it consume us. Think about physical pain for a moment. Our instinct is to avoid it at all costs, right? Yet sometimes pain teaches us invaluable lessons. It's a signal that something needs our attention, whether it's physical, emotional, or mental. Stoicism proposes that by accepting pain, we can learn from it, grow through it, and even find strength in enduring it. It's not about suppressing pain or pretending it doesn't exist. It's acknowledging its presence and choosing our response. It's like saying, "Okay, this hurts, but I won't let it break me." It's this weird blend of resilience and vulnerability where we allow ourselves to experience pain without letting it define us. And it's not just about the acute, physical pain, emotional pain, the kind that hits us when life throws us a curveball, a breakup, a loss, a disappointment. Stoicism nudges us to face it head-on. It's a call to navigate through these emotional storms with a sense of inner calm, to use these experiences as stepping stones towards personal growth and wisdom. Accepting pain is a bit like learning to dance in the rain. It's not about denying the storm. It's about finding a way to move through it, knowing that eventually the sun will break through the clouds again. It's about resilience, learning, and ultimately, finding a deeper sense of strength within ourselves. Theory 5. Virtue as the sole good. Virtue as the sole good. Now this is a paradigm shift that flips our usual understanding of what's truly valuable. In a world where success, wealth, and power often take center stage, Stoicism takes a bold stance by placing the spotlight on something entirely different: virtue. Let's break it down. Virtue, in this context, refers to qualities like kindness, courage, wisdom, justice, the traits that define our character and guide our actions. Stoicism dares us to reevaluate our priorities, nudging us to focus on nurturing these virtues within ourselves rather than chasing after external rewards. Picture this. We're constantly bombarded with messages telling us that happiness lies in material possessions, in climbing the social ladder, in amassing wealth. And then, Stoicism gently whispers, hold on a second. True happiness, true fulfillment is found in being a good human being. It's like shifting the spotlight from the external to the internal. Instead of gauging our worth by what we have, Stoicism encourages us to measure it by who we are. It's about cultivating a moral compass that guides our decisions, actions, and interactions with the world around us. Now, that doesn't mean dismissing success or achievements entirely. It's more about reframing them. Stoicism invites us to pursue success not as an end in itself, but as a means to manifest our virtues, using our influence for good, exercising empathy, showing integrity in our dealings, and leaving a positive impact on the world. Virtue, as the sole good, isn't an easy pill to swallow in a society that glorifies external markers of success. But as we peel back the layers, it becomes this refreshing reminder that true fulfillment comes from within. It's about nurturing qualities that endure beyond material possessions, that enrich our lives and the lives of those around us. It's a call to lead a life, not just of success, but of significance, one guided by the enduring light of virtue. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Click on the next video to continue your Stoic journey. And remember to stay stoic, especially when it is hard.